When I was 17 years old, I started working in television news. Right there on your left, you see a picture of Lauren Squires at the time, 17-year-old Lauren, working inside of TV studio back when cameras were operated by people. I was a production assistant at the local ABC affiliate, and I was working in the newsroom, running cameras, scripts, teleprompters, working with anchors about which camera to look at. I started taking in how people were telling stories. I would shadow the editor who taught me how to edit and sequence stories. And then I would spend time with the reporters as they were assigned stories, and I realized they were telling stories from the focus of people. The real defining moment for me was spending time with the sports director, who was a true storyteller and told stories about how sports impacted people's lives. I loved this career path so much that I continued into college, and by my senior year of college, you can see on the other side of the screen, I was reporting live for the Friday Night Football program at that ABC affiliate, covering high school football on Fridays and college football on Saturdays, and boy, do I still miss that, especially when something like the Southern Heritage Classic is in town. Somewhere along the way, though, I realized I wanted to work normal hours. And when do sports happen? Nights and weekends. So I pivoted to news at the last second in my senior year of college, and I decided that I was going to go into the news side of things. And here's the thing, when I made this decision, I also vowed to myself, and really to God, that I would never jeopardize who I am for my career. And who I am is an optimistic, outgoing, service-minded person who believes deeply that my God-given talent must be used for good. So after nearly a decade, I worked in Iowa, Nebraska, and Memphis. Notice I said states in the other place and Memphis now. I worked in Memphis. It was my dream to get here. My parents lived here. They moved here when I was in college, and it was my dream to get here so that they could see me on the news. And if my dad, who's tuning in right now, was here to tell you, it was one of his favorite things to be able to tell people that his daughter was on TV. So my parents got to watch me work here in Memphis. And I got tons of experience, breaking news experience, telling stories about things that were happening in the Memphis community, and in my heart, telling stories that I felt like mattered to this community. I covered a lot of cool stuff over the years, so I can't go on without saying. I covered Barack Obama's inauguration, the first one, as a video journalist on the ground. And then I got to go to the White House and cover a Memphis concert in the White House, so I got to see B.B. King. And I got to see President Barack Obama walk out to Green Onion, who my son just learned about in school last week. I got to cover the Memphis Tigers in the NCAA tournament. Who doesn't love that? And every time the Grizzlies went to the playoffs, I got to be the news reporter that went to cover. And if you're wondering, I covered lots and lots of weather. And I am from the Midwest, so snow here is kind of a joke. You can see how thrilled I am. Get your bread and milk. And it was all really great until it wasn't. What I didn't realize, though, is that all of this in this slide was preparing me for this today. And the story that I had unfolding was a career and a dream that was transferring me into another dream. So in March of 2016, I left my dream job as a TV reporter to start Forever Ready Productions. Yes, it's confusing. My last name is Reedy. My company is Ready. And it's a company that tells mission-driven stories for organizations like nonprofits and small businesses. And we do so to, get this is the most important thing, so that we challenge ourselves to realize our collective purpose and impact. It's what I thought I was doing when I worked in news, and it's living it out now. And I stand here today telling you that this is exactly where you're supposed to be too.